All right, this is an intro to ArcGIS Collector. So install the app on your phone, and then the first time that you sign in, it's going to be signing in through ArcGIS Online. And for that, you're going to be using your organizational login through CSUN. So you're going to tap on the menu here at the bottom where it says your ArcGIS organization's URL, and you will enter CSUN GIS, all as one word, and tap that box for remember this URL. You're going to tap continue, and you're going to tap on the button for CSUN, and then it's going to take you to a login page where you enter your CSUN ID and your CSUN password, and then it will take you back into the app and you'll be able to use it. Once you sign into the app, then it's going to take you to your main screen showing your maps that are in your ArcGIS Online account. And this is just the web maps that are in your account. So always, before we use Collector, you have to create your web map and save it first in ArcGIS Online, including any layers that you want to have in that web map that you're going to be using for data collection. Also, if you have any layers that you just want to use for visual reference, you can add those too. But at the very least, you have to have any feature layers that you're going to be using to enter new data. Tapping on the profile picture here in the top left of the screen is going to bring up some options and some settings that you might need to adjust while you're using the app. One of those is the accuracy setting. And if your location accuracy at any given time is too poor, or to the number that it shows you on your map, if that number is really high, then it might not allow you to enter any data points. And if that's the case, and if you cannot make your accuracy get better, first simply you might need to just wait a couple of minutes, standing in one spot. That might help. But if nothing is working, if you're using your cell phone data only, right? If you're just using your mobile device's built-in location service, please make sure you're turning on Wi-Fi. Make sure you're turning on cell phone data if it's a phone. And if none of that improves your accuracy, then you're going to need to tap on this number here and then enter a larger number. The other thing that you might need to do if you are using an external GPS is to tap on the location provider and to change that from integrated and set that to the external GPS. Before you can add anything, if I tap add here, I do see that there's an external GPS listed here in my list. Before this can be added, you've got to enable your Bluetooth in the settings of the device and pair your phone with that Bluetooth GPS first before it will show up here in this list for adding. So I'm going to tap add, and I'm going to tap done. And then for an external GPS, you have to tap on the external device to get that check mark there. And then once you've done that, you can click back on the profile. For right now, I'm going to be using the integrated location provider. When it's time to start entering data, in this case, I'm going to be entering data points. We need to make sure that that layer is enabled. So first, you tap on the layers button here, and you're going to make sure that all of the layers that you might be using are all visible here. Okay, and then I can tap that. Moving the map around like this just simply moves the map, but when it's time to enter a data point, you tap on the plus symbol here in the bottom right corner, and you'll see that this has showing a red circle, and that's because the accuracy of my device in terms of location is too poor at this moment. All right, if you're using a phone, it might ask you to calibrate it as well. Okay, so you'll see that it's not letting me add a point, and it says that the required GPS accuracy isn't met. You can say use poor location, and it will enter a point here, or you can go into your settings and change the accuracy threshold. All right, at this point, I have a draft point save. It's not saved yet because I have not clicked or tapped on submit. So you can move this point around. You can scroll the map and move those crosshairs and then tap on update point, and it will move the point to that new location. So that's what you see I'm doing right here. It keeps moving that point around. So you can manually set, or you can manually say where you want that point to go just by swiping the map around. If I want to put the data point on the location point, right? The location is the blue dot with the arrow here. Tap on that arrow that's on the top right of the screen, and it's going to join your data entry location with the location of your device. Other than entering the point location, you also have the choice to take a photograph, and you also have all of the attributes that you created in ArcGIS Online. Those attributes are here too, and that's where you're going to type and enter those attributes is right here. Once you're all done, and of course there's a sometimes it'll think that you're trying to cancel the feature, right? You can just click cancel if you're not really going to cancel it. When you're ready to submit it, you tap on submit, and it's going to save it. If you are using an offline version, if you're using an offline area, it's going to store everything on your device until you sync it later over Wi-Fi or cell phone data. If you're not using an offline version, every time you submit a new data or a new feature, it's going to upload it right then and there to ArcGIS Online. I've changed to a different location provider, and you see that my GPS accuracy is a bit better. Now let's take a look at entering lines. So you're going to tap the plus sign here at the bottom, and you're going to tap on a line to begin entering a line. So when you are ready to enter a line, there are two ways to do this. So first you enter the point. Now when it says add points, that means that you can trace or digitize a line manually by entering a point for every vertex or line endpoint or anytime the point needs to move. The other way to do it is to automate that by streaming a series of points, and you can do that by tapping on the three dots here, and you tap start streaming, and that's just going to trace a path or trace a line as you are moving, and then it will enter that line as data once you have finished streaming it. And you'll see that it says streaming here. That means that it is collecting points as you move until you tap stop streaming, and then at that point it's going to create the line for you.